Alright everyone, welcome to the video. I hope you're all well on this Wednesday. Tonight's video is going to be my NRL Round 4 2020 tips. So last week, well, I didn't do very well. You can see I did shite. I got 3 out of 8. So probably one of my worst ever tipping rounds that I can ever think of. I could have got maybe 5 out of 8. You know, it saves me right going against Parra Pineapple for one, and also being a bit daft and picking South, but I thought South were going to be up for it. Obviously not. But tonight I'm going to give you me tips for the NRL 2020 season round 4. So all the times of the games that I'm going to be giving you are UK times, not Australian times. So the first game, Thursday night, or Thursday morning, I should say, at Suncorp Stadium. It's Brisbane against Eastern Suburbs, also known as the Sydney Roosters. And this game's kicking off at 10 to 11. And I've got the day off work, so I'll be able to watch it, or maybe someone can send me a couple of streams of it. So Brisbane last week got belted by Parra Pineapple. Eastern Suburbs played quite well against South Sydney. It looks like a bit of a return to form for them, especially with some of their key players. I'm tipping East to win this match. I think they're not going to probably win it comfortably like they did against South, but they will get the job done against Brisbane. On Friday night, the first game is between Penrith and New Zealand, and this match is being played at the Campbelltown Sports Ground, and it's kicking off at 9 AM my time. So last week, New Zealand shocked everyone. They pretty much played a perfect match. They've had their backs up against the wall for the last couple of weeks and months, but they come out and played very well against St George. But is it a case of New Zealand played really well and St George played really poorly? We'll have to wait and see how St George play this week, but New Zealand played quite well. And Penrith, they should have beat Newcastle. They had multiple chances to win that game. I think Matt Burton is his name. I think he missed about 4 or 5 field goals, one of them hit the woodwork. In this match, I'm going to pick Penrith to win this game. I think they've got they'll be hurting after that draw. They probably would have got a good dressing down after the match by Ivan Cleary, for the simple fact that they had chances to win that game, to put it away, and they didn't do it. And then the next game on Friday is going to be between Melbourne and South Sydney, and this match is being played at Amy Park in Melbourne. And it's kicking off at 5 to 11 my time, so I'll be able to listen in on this game or watch it somehow. I'm tipping Melbourne to win this game. I know CJ Moxley's probably having heart palpitations right now. An interesting stat, ever since Melbourne's moved to this new ground, Amy Park, South Sydney haven't won there yet, so this is their 9th trip down there, and on the last 8 occasions they've lost all 8 matches. On Saturday, so the first match of the night is going to be my game of the round. Well, it's been nearly everyone's game of the round. It's Parra Pineapple against Manly Warringah at the Bankwest Stadium, Western Sydney Stadium. This match is going to be a very good match. I think it's going to be very close. 2 form teams, good players on either side. It's going to be a good match, but I'm going to learn my lesson from last week, and I'm going to go for Parra Pineapple in this one, in a tight one. The following match on the Saturday is going to be played at the Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. It's kicking off at 10:35, and it's between North Queensland and Cronulla Sutherland. So Cronulla weren't too bad last week. I'd probably give them maybe about 5 or 6 out of 10. North Queensland were quite good. It's been played up there. North Queensland and notoriously pretty good up in Townsville, even at the old ground, and they'll be looking to meet this new ground of Fortress as well. I think with some of the off-field stuff and some of the injuries going on with Cronulla, it's not a good thing going into this game. And I know North Queensland's missing some players as well. I think Jason Taumalolo's out, but I think they'll get the job done over Cronulla. It's not going to be easy, but they get the job done. On Sunday, The first game is going to be between Canberra and Newcastle. This game's going to be kicking off at 7:05 in the morning, so I'll probably be asleep for this one. Canberra played very, very well last week against Melbourne. Newcastle played, had a great second half against Penrith. They were very slow first half, and they come back into the match. They had a golden chance to win it. Unfortunately, Edric Lee, Butterfingers, dropped the ball again. And how many games does he cost teams by dropping the ball over the line? We'll have to do a stat on that one. But I'm going to go for Canberra in this match. I think they're red on at the moment. They're playing very well, and I think that they're going to get the job done over Newcastle, and they're going to do it pretty comfortably. I think Canberra's going to put Newcastle to the sword. And the next game on Sunday is Nick from Australia's favourite team, the Gold Coast, up against the West Tigers. And this match has been played at Suncorp Stadium, so it's a trip down memory lane for the Gold Coast, as when they first come into the competition they didn't have a home ground, so they were playing at Suncorp. The Gold Coast haven't won a match in, I think, 370 days. I think I read in one of the news articles, I think it was last week. They're well on course to be moving into the top 5 for the longest losing streaks in New South Wales Rugby League NRL history. They've only got to lose 6 more matches in a row, and then they move into 5th place above Newtown. I don't really hold out much hope for the Gold Coast. Eventually they will win a game. Who knows when it's going to be, but I just don't see it happening against West Tigers this week. I think Michael Maguire will be drumming into the players for West Tigers this week. Look, we're playing against the Gold Coast. You might think it's going to be an easy match. It's not. We're going to go up there, we're going to be switched on, and we're going to win. And I think West Tigers will win on Sunday. And that game's being played at 9:30 in the morning, so I might catch that one. And on Monday, because I think it's a public holiday in Australia, it's Canterbury Bankstown against St George. And this match has been played at the Western Sydney Stadium. Now, 10 or 20 years ago, this match would have been probably one of the games of the round, you could see, because over the last, you could see, couple of years at least, both clubs have fallen on really hard times. St George were diabolical last week. Canterbury Bankstown weren't that much better. Both sets of supporters are not happy with their coaches. Both of them want their heads taken off, dipped in honey and stuck on London Bridge. This is a really tough match to call, but I think I'm gonna go for St George here. I think the whole week it's just been on St George the whole week, and sack McGregor, and the players are not even up and all that. And I think the players will tell you, they'll say, look, we don't read the papers, we don't listen to the media. I think some of them do, and I think some of them will be seeing all the criticism that they're copping, and I think they're going to go out and they're going to win on that Monday. It's going to be a tough match. There's going to be a lot of feeling, because obviously Canterbury Bankstown and St George, it's a competitive rivalry, goes all the way back to the old days. It goes all the way back to 1935. So there's no love lost between these two teams, but I think St George is going to go out there and they're going to win. And just before I go, I'm going to be doing some shout outs, but tonight I'm going to make it a bit fun. So I'm going to read out the name of the YouTuber that you should go check out, and then I'm going to name a sponsor of the club that they support, and it can be a current sponsor, it could be a sponsor that the club's had in the past, and maybe you can use your brain box, think for a bit, and then match it up with who they go for. And if I don't know who the YouTuber goes for, I'm not going to mention a sponsor, because I don't want to get that type of stuff wrong. So the first one, go subscribe to the Bring Back the Bifff FOOTY Fights. The next one is Luther King, sponsored by ASICS. Hayden Ottey, sponsored by Canberra Milk. Isaac Ritchie, sponsored by Dada Uniforms. National Sports Loaded. NRL Clips. Luke. Nick from Australia, sponsored by Forex Gold. The Greasy Gamer, sponsored by Southern Cross Group. The Bundy Chick 82, sponsored by Samsung. NRL Vidz 090, sponsored by Pepsi. CG Moxley, sponsored by Norwest Airlines. Parra Pineapple, sponsored by Hardy. James Hardy. Warriors NRL Fanatics, sponsored by DB Bitter. CT Dingo. The Cedar King, sponsored by Dildam Homes. Evil Lemon. And Beyond the Tryline. Go subscribe to all those YouTubers. But anyways, I think I've gone a bit over 10 minutes. I only wanted this video to be 5 minutes. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up now. So enjoy this week of Rugby League. Hopefully all your tips and all your bets and all that get up. And enjoy yourselves, everyone. And I'll catch you all later. Alright, tatty bye.